The latest update for Gran Turismo 7 version 1.35 is now available, adding 3 new vehicles from very different performance brackets, as well as a surprise expansion of one of the game's more unusual play modes. Of course, through the usual pre-update teasers, we knew a lot of what to expect, but the full patch notes for the update have only just become available to reveal all that it contains. There's plenty to get through, with the update coming in at 1.15GB on PlayStation 4 and 1.19GB on PlayStation 5, so let's find out what's in store for our players from today. The 3 new cars are the items we've known about for the longest time, following series creator Kazunori Yamauchi's traditional tweet on Friday, June the 23rd. However, it's only now that we know how much they cost and where you can pick them up, of course. The Aston Martin Valkyrie from 2021 can be found in Brand Central for 4 million credits. It's an absolute wondrous machine to look at though, and a fantastic soundtrack to go with it, so I'm sure you'll agree it's worth every penny. The Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 3 GSR, the 1995 model, can be found in the used cars section for 100,000 credits. Again, probably worth every penny. And the Subaru Impreza WRX STI from 2004 can be found in both Brand Central and used cars. In Brand Central it's 50,000 credits, and when it appears in the used cars section it's 42,000 credits. Let's have a look at them in more detail though, shall we, starting with the newest and by far most expensive of the bunch, the Aston Martin Valkyrie. The first mid-engined production Aston owes some of its existence to the DP100 Vision Gran Turismo car, designed by the brand for Gran Turismo 6, as well as the Red Bull X1, created of course by the Valkyrie's designer Adrian Newey for Gran Turismo 5. It features a screaming, naturally aspirated 6.5 litre Cosworth V12, augmented by a battery Curse system developed by Integral Powertrains and Rimac to produce over 1100 horsepower. That's on a car that weighs barely 1.3 tonnes and can produce that much again in downforce. It should be the highest performance road car in the game, and it's definitely going to be a hoot to drive it. The other 2 vehicles are kindred spirits, going on mortal enemies in the form of Japanese 2-litre turbo all-wheel drive sedans. First up is the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 3 GSR, which returns from Gran Turismo's past to flesh out the Evo offering some more. It was the final version of the original Evo before the new platform that made its debut with the Evo 4. Built to homologate the car for Group A regulations, the Evo 3 was also the basis of Mitsubishi's first ever World Rally Championship title, when Tommi Mäkinen captured the 1996 Driver's Crown. On the blue side of the coin was the Subaru Impreza, and the second generation model returns to Gran Turismo with the 2004 WRX STI. Like the Evo, the Impreza is a rally homologation special which captured a driver's title, 2003, with Petter Solberg at the wheel. One final note on the car changes comes by the way of a new livery for an existing car. Players purchasing the Lexus RCF GT3 are able now to select it in the Ernest Iwata livery as raced by Igor Fraga in the current Super GT season. For the first time since the game's launch in March 2022, Polyphony Digital has expanded the number of events available in the quirky Music Rally mode, doubling it from the original 6 to 12. Technically an entirely separate part of the game, Music Rally sees players competing against the beat. The 12 events each put you in a different car and track and challenges you to drive until the music runs out, to a different tune each time. Each beat of the music ticks away from your starting count, and you'll need to drive hard to replenish your beats by passing through checkpoints. Whether you run out before the music does or reach the end of the tune, you're scored on how far you manage to drive, and there's some actually pretty tricky gold targets to be fair. Naturally, the 2 new extra menu books that are available, which reward players for collecting vehicles that share a common theme, focuses on collections involving cars added in this update. Extra Menu Book 24 will set you the task of collecting Subaru WRX models, including the newly added Blob Eye model, alongside the Coupe Type R from 1999 and the 2014 STI Type S. The Evo is the focus of Extra Menu Book 25, requiring the new Evo 3, Evo 6 Tommi Mäkinen edition, and the final edition. You'll need to be at or above Collector Level 26 to access the Subaru collection, and Collector Level 30 to access the Mitsubishi collection. Completing either collection rewards you with a 4-star roulette ticket. There's also 4 new races in World Circuits, though these aren't part of any of the GT Cafe menu books. They include a new dirt race, as well as a new event in the Hypercar Parade. The update adds a total of 59 new Scapes locations in 2 collections in Japan and the United States. California's coastline features in the Monterey collection, which includes several locations that formed the inspiration for the updated version of Grand Valley, among its 39 spots. Meanwhile, Field of Flowers shows 20 spots around the prefectures of Fukushima, Gifu, Hokkaido and Saitama, all focusing on blossoming flowers. Engine swaps feature in the patch notes for the first time, with the new options for the Alpine A110 from 2017 and Nissan Fairlady Z from 2007, Skyline GTR Nismo from 1990, Skyline GTR V-Spec 2 from 1994, and Z Performance of 2023. You can check our engine swap thread for all the details on those. While it could get expensive in terms of the engine swaps, there's a new source of income in the game which will see players rewarded for their final ranking in Sport Mode Championships, beginning at the end of the ongoing Manufacturers' Cup. These seem to vary depending on what league you're in, but finishing in the top 5% of GT1 regionally will reward you with 6 million credits, with other rewards for your manufacturer ranking and local ranking in the main and secondary areas. Players now also have more options in multiplayer lobbies, with the ability to toggle certain vehicle settings while the balance of performance is enabled. That includes partial settings, as we've seen with the brake balance in sport mode, but also covering various other settings options, or allowing freedom of all settings. There's also a small but important change in the extra menu books. These now show the availability status of any cars you're yet to collect, showing on sale for those currently available and out of stock for these not available. While the patch notes cover larger changes in the game, smaller details may go unlisted, but it generally doesn't take long for the GTPlanet community to dig them out, so keep an eye on our undocumented changes thread for all the latest. We hope you all, of course, enjoy the update, everybody. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Have a good day.